I was gonna let you. I was committed. I was committed.
That was funny until I hit my mic. Hey everybody, welcome back to Shockwave, Ultimate Shockwave 129. It's losers semis time. It's Beastly versus Atos. You gotten to see both of these guys play a little bit. Actually, I don't know if Beastly's played on stream today.
I don't think so.
I don't think he has, and that's exciting. We get to see the Ness go up against the Terry. Be a good old slugfest.
Oh yeah, if you're a Beastly fan, this is a blast from the past. We see Beastly pick a lot of characters, but the Ness sometimes has to take a step back. It's great to see, you know, the tried and true. The Beastly Classic.
I was about to say, this is the Beastly Classic.
This is the classic.
This is home for him.
Right.
Ness
Everybody has
home.
that one character that they played first, and it felt so good. This is Beastly's.
And you can't let him go. Even when you're like, oh, I'd rather do all these other things in other matchups, but hey, he's up to loser semis now. Going up against Atos, who I know largely plays Terry, at least locally. That is the character he is mainly want to use in the matchups that he faces down. And certainly in this one, that extended range you're going to get going to be very helpful.
Right. And Ness is so safe. Hitboxes are giant. Damn near a sword character themselves. The yo-yo, of course, for the edge guard is going to be very powerful versus Atos, especially if they don't get the charged rising tackle. And I don't even think the charged rising tackle beats the yo-yo.
I think because of the invincibility you're afforded on the feet, or the intangibility, whichever one it is.
The charged
one. It will help you, yeah, but Atos buffering that air dodge after just a little twinkle hit off stage, and Beastly's getting to work with a prime lead.
Oh, overshot the recovery, free punish for Atos.
I had nothing else to say because I got the gut feeling that something was about to go horribly wrong.
Something went amiss.
Now Atos trying to rack on the pressure, dude. If you give him stage control for free too, I mean, he is going to make you hurt.
Yeah. What's difficult right now, though, is that, you know, like being inside of Ness's zone, you know, that immediate burst zone, it just opens you up for so many combos and opportunities to get absolutely blasted. So Atos trying to challenge Beastly's shield and enter his zone, it's become very, very difficult. And I think it's going to continue to be like this, especially with this lead.
Ooh, but I love the juggle game. I mean, the anti-airs have been really, really nice. I mean, the moments where Beastly has not been mashing an aerial, Atos has looked great. But moments where he has been mashing an aerial have been very tough for him to deal with, including off stage.
Yep. Very difficult. And Ness has so many different options to chase you off stage, hold the stage. You know, edge guard with the yo-yo, of course, we've already seen that. The PK Thunder can do work. I mean, it's all very scary. And FG characters, they don't have a lot of options at the ledge, getting back to the ledge, off of the ledge. So it's going to be extremely difficult, but maybe Atos can find a way to get some punishing combos in the neutral and keep it there instead.
I mean, it's all about that burst range that Terry has, right? Like, that's one of the things that makes him so scary, is that he's got that auto turnaround, but he's also able to just break into your zone. And I mean, you see right there, right? Beastly's trying to give it a lot of reverence, stay exactly at that long range where he can react to crack shoot, but that got him in hot water pretty quickly. 47, though. Atos out of a jump does get that charged up Beastly. You see Beastly having a harder time contesting that, even with that down air whiffing.
Snuck in that PK Fire, too, for extended damage. Atos running for the high hills. Oh, good crack shoot, still punished, but we're on stage, we'll take that. Never mind, I need some real estate. Get me on the solid ground.
He cannot. Beastly's offstage presence. And he went out there with those back airs, none of them connected, but it did force Atos to drift back, and far enough, as it turns out, that Terry was not able to make it all the way back to the stage. And Beastly looking for those long extensions, also getting himself hit back a couple of extra times. Love these stalls on the way down, though, and Atos can really only do but like get in his head and wait.
Right. Magnet being such a great movement option for its, you know, extended drift and the stalling. Definitely making Atos kind of nervous of where he should be covering options. Because as soon as he tries to cover an option, Beastly has a response. Then they get into the scramble, and you already know Ness in the scramble is a beach.
Yeah. I mean, just very difficult moves to punish in the scramble, like you're seeing, and also Beastly spacing them so well, too, and that's really helping him out. But yeah, I mean, also hitboxes all around him, and that's something that normally the fighting game characters struggle with. And no tech there on the Nair. Beastly again, 3-stock to 1 lead.
You know, it's funny that we kind of thought Ness would fall off through the life of Ultimate, but I only see this character thriving, especially now I see Beastly showing why this character can be so strong in this game's lifespan. Finally. jab, jab, power dunk. The Terry original.
Yeah. You're going to see quite a bit of it. Beastly's still holding on to a stock lead here. You're going to try to avoid those big combos, and that's just one of the big things for Ness in this matchup is that he just does not have to hang around in a range where Terry can get big things started. He can get a little bit of chip with things like crack shoots and maybe the occasional aerial, catch you on landing maybe, but just the zones that Ness plays in just does not interact with Terry at all.
You've got so many mix-ups. You never really want to try and rush a decision. I mean, Autos has tried to do the burst, and Beastly has watched it very carefully. So now the informed decisions are coming through, and it's honestly just as difficult. The insane options that Ness has in the immediate close combat zone are just so powerful. Immediately grabbed out of 2 jabs.
He tried to go for the Buster Wolf too, and Ness just went, said, are you okay? He finished the sentence for me.
Yeah,
okay.
He said, I'm straight. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Okay.
Yeah. And then the yo-yo again, dealing with that up B from Terry
This
as
is very
well
difficult.
as it can.
This is extremely difficult.
And the thing is, Autos' other character normally is Ryu, and that is also not the best matchup-wise against Ness, right? Again, those zones that you can usually control so for free with these fighting game characters, you just don't get to do that against Ness.
It's very difficult to even really like think about what Autos could be doing differently because he's forced to approach. Beastly is not playing the approach game, so I guess he could try and play slow and make Beastly do the hard work, but then you're just at the mercy of Ness.
Yeah, and you're letting him get total control of the pace of the game, which we talked about this earlier. That is just so big when you're going up against a matchup where it's kind of disadvantageous, right? And definitely seems like a struggle for Autos right now, but he is just not getting the...
I think that was even charged, too. It just got the bottom of the legs.
Yeah.
That move's cheap. I will always be very upset about that. That move is cheap.
That move used to be nothing.
Cheap. It used to be nothing. It should have stayed nothing.
Sometimes making everything viable is not the good move.
They wanted to add gravity. Be like, it should be like realistic. You know, when you cook the, and that was the worst thing they ever did.
But Autos back and to tie the game up. 2 stocks apiece, although he's got a lot of work to do to make up this damage. And again, surprising to be saying that about a character like Terry, who can normally put on damage pretty quickly. And again, not as quick as a character like Ryu or obviously Kazuya, but I mean, he can still touch you once, and then all of a sudden, I mean, look at this. It's a short string, and that's already at 76.
This is exactly what we need Eidos to do. You know, since it's not a matchup where I think playing slow is necessarily good or trying to play too fast is necessarily good, you have to literally just take interaction by interaction and outplay Beastly as best you can. There's a start. And outplaying doesn't mean you have to make the super smart decision. Sometimes you throw a big power geyser and it works out.
And you say, where did you think you were going?
Where did you?
I have all of that covered.
Oh, and that too on the return.
And look at this. I mean, Autos now just trying to bait out committal movement or options from Beastly because you know what that means at these percents? You're getting asked some questions.
Right. Surprise, no power geyser, but at least safety. Much better for Autos. The Tiger knee, super safe on shield, so that meant extra oppression.
Just every time he touches him with that go mode. And that's something that we haven't really talked about, but gone into game number 4. Autos getting 1 on the board, and that was really the first time we ever saw him play with go at all.
At all, really. I mean, he barely had time on the platforms or the stage in general in game 1 and 2. You know, so it feels great to see Eidos actually press some buttons, come away with the dub. Now, Eidos with the lead showed the exact kind of gameplay he's struggling with versus Beastly. You know, they flip tables, vice versa type thing, right? If Autos can find that lead and get those consistent jab, power dunks and those one-off interactions, you know what I'm saying? He can definitely bring this to game 5, even win. But then you have to think about, is Beastly going to switch characters?
Which he very well could, especially if this goes to game 5.
Exactly. So we're going to try the Ness Terry one more time. Eidos with a little bit of information. Maybe bring him to game 5. Beastly with the opportunity to adapt and close him out.
Yeah, I really like the way that Atos has seemingly shifted up the game plan to say, okay, those first 2 games just was not matching Beastly's damage output at all.
Yeah.
Right, and part of that, again, goes into Ness doesn't play in the ranges where Terry gets the really big stuff started. So instead, Atos has shifted the game plan, it seems, to just really try to manipulate Beastly's movement and to get reads on it where he can actually get those big starters, something like those jabs that you were talking about, get into the power dunk, get into the burning knuckle, something like that.
Right. Playing footsies out here, y'all. Oh,
No,
the whole squad.
They both said, I'm a head out.
Yeah. All right. They don't know I'm finna leave this party.
Hey guys, just gonna head out for a quick smoke. Let me just. He was actually going home.
All right. Atos, not the healthiest right now, sitting at 80, approaching 90 as Beastly continues his edge guard. He might be in trouble, bro. Oh!
Rising tackle does make it all the way back, though. Beastly had to be mindful of that power dunk because, I mean, if you get caught at the bottom of that, all of a sudden it's reversal city for Atos. Chasing with that PK fire, though. Really nice spacing there by Beastly. As Atos at 141, but, I mean, he might as well be at a Ness 141 right now.
Could. It needs one of those go moves, but get back on stage is the name of the game. Beastly respected it.
All the way. Beastly's trying to be mindful of these big moves, but damage.
Dangerous. What are you? I mean, I respect it, but oh my lord.
You know, I actually really like the idea there from Atos because Beastly had really never done just the immediate PK Thunder Rocket. Hadn't done that like a single time.
If he had got there first.
He was like, okay, free power dunk down. Maybe I catch him trying to go for like the double jump and the air dodge and everything, but still pays off well enough. The stocks are back to even despite Beastly getting Atos down to tournament stock. The first, this is still certainly doable.
Strange little rogue read. Atos did not give up the ghost, but looking real spooky for our boy right there as down smash cleans that up. It's a horror movie to watch that thing work, but Beastly moves on.
People said that yo-yos aren't dangerous? That's a toy? What are you looking at?
Man, what? That's a murder weapon. That yo-yo was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It's in Hitman.